Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's tutorial I'm going to teach you how to make this straight palazzo pants with an elastic at the band at the back. If this is what you like to learn, please come on and let's dive into the tutorial, and I hope you learn something. So the first thing I will do is to mark my starting point. As you can see, this is my starting point of ½ inch that you can see there. So the next thing I'll do is to get my crotch depth. So to get the crotch depth, I'm going to divide my hip by 4, then add 1.5 inches. So the hip I'm working with is 48 inches divided by 4 plus 1.5 inches. So you can divide your whatever your hip is by 4. So what I get there is 12. 12 plus 1.5 is 13.5. So I'm going to be adding a band of 1.5 inches on this trouser. So I'm going to minus it from the 13.5, which gives me 12 inches. So I'm going to be making use of 12 inches now for the crotch depth. So I'm going to mark the crotch depth on this line just like so. I'm going to mark it now. So after marking it, I'm going to come up by 2 inches to get the hip line. As you can see, it is marked. So the hip measurement I'm working with after dividing by 4 is 12 inches. So I've marked the 12 inches just as you can see, and I'm going to mark it on the waistline as well. Then the next thing for me to do is to connect the lines just like so. After doing that, I'm going to get the crotch extension. So to get the crotch extension, I'm going to divide the hip by 16. So 48 divided by 16 gives me 3. So after getting the 3 like that, I'm going to mark 3 inches on the crotch extension line just like this. Then after marking it, I'm going to mark a 1 inch guard line on this line here just as you can see. I'm going to connect it to the crotch just like so. So after connecting that way, the next thing I'm going to do is to get the waist measurement I'm working with. 44 divided by 4 gives me 11. The waist measurement I'm working with is 44, so you can as well mark your own waist measurement. I've marked the 11 inches line on, as you can see, and the line I have on that side there is the sewing allowance of 1 inch. So I'm going to mark what I have on the crotch line and divide it by 2 and get the mark right. Then I'm going to mark that line. I have 8 inches there. I'm going to mark that line all the way down to the hem line. So you're going to mark your hem line and get whatever you have and add 2 inches for the hem allowance. So I've marked the 8 inches right. Then I'm going to mark it just like this to get a straight line. I'm going to connect it, and I'm going to connect it right to the line upper here. So the next thing I'll do is to get my tie line. I came down by 3 inches and I'm going to mark it just like this. I'll connect the line like so. Then after connecting it, whatever I have on the crotch line, I'm going to minus 1, then mark it just like this. What I have on the hem line, on the crotch line is 16 inches, and I'm marking 50 inches on the tie line. So I minus 1 as you can see, and I've marked it just like so. So now to get my knee line, I came down from the hem line by 19. I came up by 19 inches. So you're going to mark your knee line and mark it 19 inches from the hem line upward. I get 19 inches. So that is what I have marked there. So from the tie line, I have 15 inches there. Then I'm marking 14 inches on this line here, as you can see. So I minus 1 again from the tie line. So I'm going to connect the line just as you can see like this. I'm going to connect it just like this. So after connecting it, I'm going to use my curved ruler to connect it from the crotch because it has to be a bit slanted on this side just like that. I'm going to connect it like this all the way down just as you can see. I'm done connecting it now, so I'm just trying to blend this area to avoid any bulginess around here. So after doing that, now I'm going to mark my 1 inch allowance on both sides just as you can see. 1 inch allowance on both sides just like this. I'm done marking the 1 inch, so I'm going to connect it. So on the crotch line here, to avoid any bulginess, I'm going to be adding just ½ inch allowance, not up to 1 inch, ½ inch allowance on the crotch area. So after doing that, I think I'm done. I'm going to have to cut it out. So before cutting it out, I'm going to fold this part so that there will be no shortage on the sides of the hemline. Make sure you fold it just like this, and you see me cutting it out now. By the time I bring it out, you're going to see what I'm talking about. So now, as you can see, there is a sharp pointy edge on that side. So if I didn't fold it that way, I would have had a shortage. So ensure that you do that. As you can see, ensure that you do that always anytime you want to cut a trouser. So I'm going to cut it out now. So I'm done cutting it out, and we are going to move forward to the back parts. So for the back part, I added 1 inch at the back because my client has a bigger waist. So if you want to cut yours, all you need is just to add 3 extra or whatever, just add 3 extra inches at the front part, that is at the crotch area. So I'm adding my 1 inch allowance because I'm going to have an elastic waist at the back, elastic waist, yes, elastic band at the back. So I'm adding 3 inches because of the hip. My client is the client of my hip I'm working with is 48. So then I'm coming down by ½ inch on this part. So what I have there, I'm just going to bring this place up by whatever allowance I have up there. Just mark it on that line, on the same line that the front part is starting from. Just raise it up by 1½ inches. If your fabric is still having some excess of 1½ inches, it is fine. So I'm just going to trace it down with my ruler. I'm going to slant it down to the 1 inch allowance I've added at the back part there for the elastic space. Then I'm going to mark the 1 inch down, all the way down. But if you do not have, I'm just doing this for the sake of because my client is on the big part. So you can just make use of your measurements, whatever you have on this part. You can do whatever works for you. So I'm going to mark it down. Then from this part, I'm going to come out by 2½ inches because I have 3 inches from my crotch line, then 2½ inches on that side. As you can see, the way I'm going to blend it now. So just blend it the way here to the ½ inch that we came down by. Then on this part now, what I'm going to do now is just to see the way I'm connecting I'm going to leave about ½ inch allowance from the previous crotch area, that's from the front crotch part. From that crotch part, this curve area here, you can see I left ½ inch allowance there, so that you can here, just on this part here, there is ½ inch allowance there. Just on this part here, you can see just like this, ½ inch. Just leave it there for a room for the crotch area at the front part, at the back part. You understand? Just leave it there. Then I've marked 2½ inches on the knee area, and I'm going to connect it just as you can see like this. Then on the hemline, I added 1½ inches. Then I'm just going to connect it all the way down, just like this. 1½ inches just to connect it all the way down, just like this. And I'm going to start cutting. I noticed that I did not cut out this part from the front part, which doesn't make me have excess for my back upper allowance back. So now I've cut it out and I have enough fabric right there. So I have 1½ inches there now, which is enough for me for the back upper part. So I'm cutting it out now, as you can see. So after cutting it out now, so I'm cutting it out now just like so, and I'm done cutting. So the next thing, I'm going to work on the front part. I'm going to be infusing my pockets side. I hope you all know how to fix the pocket. I'm going to just come out by 2 inches on this part. So after, I'm going to come down by 6 inches on this area. Then I'm going to just mark it just as you can see. 6 inches, and I'm going to curve it down just like so. Just curve it just like so, as you can see. Then I'm going to cut it out. I'm going to cut it out like this. Then I will cut. So I have my pocket here, 8 inches for the width, and I'm going to cut out 8 inches for the width. I'm going to mark it just like so. Then the length should be about whatever you have there, but what I have here, I think what I have here should be about 12 inches. What I have here now is about 12 inches. So I come down from the 6, can come down after the 6 inches by 3 inches, then just shape it just like this and cut it out just like so. After cutting it out like that, so I'm just going to infuse. I hope you all know how to infuse your pocket by now. I'm sure I have a video on how to add a pocket to a trouser like this, exactly this kind of pocket. I have a video on it. So I'm just going to place it just like this. The back, this is the back area, so the wrong side is going to face the wrong side of the pocket, and that is how I'm just going to fix it. So I'm done fixing the 2 pockets, just as you can see, and I've joined the crotch area of the 2 front sides together now, and I've joined the back crotch as well. And here is what we have. I've joined the crotch part, and I'm going to face it onto each other now. This is the front part of the trouser of the back part. So I'm going to place the good face and the good side of the 2 trousers together, and I'm going to stitch it with my allowance, which is 1 inch on the sides all the way down from the top part. So after doing that, I'm going to do it for the second side as well. Then I'm going to join the crotch area together like this, and I'm going to hem it all the way down from this side and the other side as well. Now I'm done doing that, as you can see, and the next thing I'm going to do now, so here we have the trouser. I've done joining the both sides together, as you can see. I'm done joining the both sides together, as you can see. Then after doing that, what I'm going to do next is to get the measurements on the front area. I have 12 inches on the front, and I have 14 inches on the back of one side of my trouser. I have 12 inches at the front part, and I have 14 inches at the back. So I got a band of 2 inches. No, our band allowance is 1.5, so I cut 2 inches length, 2 inches length, and the width is 14 inches, and I added allowance for emergency. So I'm going to join. So I cut, as you can see that I've cut it on fold. You can see that it's on fold. So I've notched this area, as you can see, like this, and I'm going to join it to the mid part of the front part of the trouser. I'm going to pin it down just like this, and I'm going to run a stitch of 1/2 inch from the edge here to the other edge. So this part is for the zipper allowance, that I'm going to be adding a zipper on that side. So I'm going to run an 1/2 inch on one part. I'm not going to join the 2, as you can see. Like, I hope you can see, I'm opening the band, and I'm going to join half. So I'm done joining half of the band. As you can see, it still has an opening there. Then I'm going to fold in another half to have a neat finishing on this area, as you can see, just like this. I'm going to fold it in another 1/2 inch on the front part, which is the band area. Fold another 1/2 inch, and I'm going to join it all the way down from the top all through the band at the front. I'm going to fold it just like this all the way down. So after doing that, here is what I have done. I'm going to cut out the excess I have on this part, just like this. And whatever I have done on the front part, I'm going to repeat the same thing on the back part, just exactly like that. This is the band for the back part. Please, if you can add stay to your band for stability. I just did not want to add any stay on this one, so you can add stay. So after adding, so this is what I have. I'm just going to repeat what I have done to the front band. I'm going to repeat the same thing for the back. So I'm done, and I'm cutting out the excess I have on the back part as well. So this is the elastic I'm going to be infusing. So the midpoint here, I have 15. On one side of the back, I have 15 inches. So the elastic I'm cutting there is 19 inches. So I'm going to infuse the elastic just like this, as you can see, just like so. I'm done infusing, and I'm going to join it on both sides. I'm going to hold it down. So I'm done holding it down now, as you can see. And the next thing I'll do is to run 2 stitches on the elastic. I'm done running the 2 stitches now, as you can see. Then I'm going to just have opened one side of the front part of the band. I hope you can see that. I'm going to just turn it like this, as if I want to join it back. I'm just going to close one side. This side is not the side I'm going to be fixing the zipper. So I'm just going to flip it just this way, as if you want to join your shoulder. The same way you join your shoulder, you fold your shoulder in. I'm just going to flip it and hold my 1-inch allowance. So this is what I have after joining it. A very neat finishing on this part. So I would have done the same thing on this part, but because I'm going to be adding a zipper allowance, I'm going to be adding a zipper. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to fold it in just like so. So after doing that, this is what I have. So I'm done adding my zipper, and this is what I have, as you can see. And this is exactly what I have, and I'm done with the elastic and the waist and everything. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to hem the down part, the hemline. I'm going to fold it in and finish it up. So now I'm just going to fold in the 2 inches allowance I have there. I'm going to fold 2 inches, then I'm going to fold in 1/2 inches. So what I'm going to have left there is going to be 1.5 inches. So I'll fold in the 2 inches like this, and I'm going to fold 1/2 inch again. Then I'm going to iron it down so that I can have I can hold it. I'm going to use my iron to hold it down just like this. Fold in 2 inches, then fold it back, fold 1/2 inch again. So you can, as you can see what I'm doing now, I'm going to do it just like this to have a neat finishing. And I'm going to repeat the same thing on the second part as well. Please kindly subscribe, like, and share my videos if you have learned anything on my videos today. So I'm done with the hem part. As you can see, we have a neat finishing on this part just like this. I hope you have learned something today. Please kindly join me on the next video. Thank you.